Okay, so today we're going to continue to build out our website using Django, and specifically the templating engine. I guess the first thing we're going to do is create more views and their respective URL patterns. Then we're going to create the templates. Does everybody have their the zip folder that we shared, or whoever shared?
Yes.
Okay, so you should get that open. At least open it, because we're going to start working with this. But before that, we're going to go into our app and just go through the process of entering the shell or the virtual environment and running the app, or the project, I should say. Okay, this is where we left off, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So the first thing we're going to do is we'll open up the project, the template project that was given.
What's the command to run it again?
It is Python space manage.py space run server. Yes. So first, enter the virtual environment, and then you run. Well, actually, you have to enter the environment and then navigate into the project folder, the main project folder, which is inside the folder with the environment, and then run the server.
Yes.
Okay. So anyway, if you open up the template project HTML stuff that was given to you, this is going to function as like the layout or the blueprint of the site. So the first thing that we see, the home page, is the login screen, right? And then we have okay. I think for right now we're going to build the login screen, which is the home screen, the home page, the register page or sign up, and the profile for now. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So the first thing we're going to do in order to accomplish this is to go into our app folder in our project and navigate to our views. .py. Expand that, and pretty much everything I'm going to delete because we're not going to use this. You can comment it if you want to learn, or just keep it for yourself for future reference. But I'm just going to delete this stuff. And I'm going to name this login. But just to reiterate, we're creating the main home page, I guess, which is the login screen. So login page. I'm going to get rid of this. That's not necessary anymore. So we're creating the login function, the view, we have the request here, and I'm going to change the path to the template from home.html to login.html. Are you with me now at this point? I'll take that as yes. Okay, so I'm gonna do this two more times because again, I said we're gonna create the login screen, the register screen or page for signing up, and the profile page. So just copy that twice. You change the name of the function from login to register. Going to change the login template to, and this last function, this is going to be our profile page. So ideally, you log in, or you register for an account, and then you log in, and then you have your profile section that has everything related to you. So I'm going to change the template name here from login to profile. Is it clear what we're doing at this point?
Sort of.
Okay, so just to, I need the feedback. So just to
Yeah. I mean, we told us to turn our mics off. So.
Okay.
I've been using a little agree, disagree feedback stuff. I don't know if that's
It's not helpful because I
useful
can't.
enough for you.
I'm
Okay.
well,
I thought I'd give you a little message like yay or nay.
okay.
Would you speak up, man? We'll speak up. Yeah.
All right, I'll start yelling.
All right. Continue, Bobby, please.
Okay. Okay. So we're just going to render out these templates. These are going to be the views that represent our pages. After we create the views, we then go into our URLs pattern, or create the URL patterns for that. So we're going to go into our main project folder, into the urls.py. Now, here, this is something that we did last time, where we had at the end of the URL, when there's nothing there, it would take us to the home function, which I just got rid of, and now it's going to be the login, so I'm just going to do that. Okay. So now that we have that, this is going to be our home page. We're going to paste this twice, and we're going to change the second one. This is going to be our, I guess, sign up or register route. I'm going to type in register. So when the end of the URL, or when the URL ends with /register, we're going to go into the register function to render out that page. Which, if you remember, is here. Just to be clear. Okay. So now we have our login view route, whatever, and our register route set up, and now we need our sign up, or I'm sorry, our profile. You can type in profile there. So when the end of the URL is profile, then we're going to go to our user views, which we're importing from the users app. And we're going to go into the profile to render that out. Okay. So if we refresh the page, as you can guess, we're going to get an error, which is fine.
Oh, okay, because
That is to be expected. And the reason is we didn't create the templates. As it says, this error template does not exist. So what we have to do is go into our templates folder, into our users app, or whatever app you named. I'm going to address the naming conventions for apps probably later towards the end. Yeah, for me it's users, and I'm just going to get rid of this home.html file. Just right-clicking it, deleting it. It's not necessary. And I'm going to create a new file, and I'm going to call it plugin.html. That page has been created. That template. I'm going to create another one for the register page, and another one for the profile page, file.html. Now let's see what happens. Oh, that's beautiful. So there's no errors, there's just nothing on these pages because we didn't put anything. So, are we good so far?
Yes,
Okay.
I am.
Anybody else?
I get refuse to connect now.
What do you mean?
Site can't be reached.
Are you running the server?
Yeah. Invalid syntax. Wait, what's going on here? What did I do?
Could you show me your URLs once again? So make sure
Sure.
to match. From users views, yep.
Users view plugin. Users views.
Boom.
Oh, I can't spell.
Oh, that's always an issue.
Register, login.
But none of these are populated, right? None of these HTMLs. So we're not going to see anything when we call them.
Yeah, when you run the project at this point, there's nothing in the HTML templates, but they are there. They exist. They're going to show up blank.
Would you be mad if I did bang enter in all of them?
I'm sorry?
You know, a little shortcut, bang enter.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry. What did you say?
Can I do this? Can I do that? Would that like mess anything up if I started doing that to all my HTMLs?
So it's not good because we actually have code that we're going to paste from the stuff that Misha created.
Gotcha.
What did I do?
Are you okay, Diego?
Register size, register. Oh, register. Oh, wait, no, that doesn't need that, right? No. The urls.py doesn't. Wait, show me the. Okay, yeah, that looks the same.
Can I see the views again?
Yeah, back to views. Define login.
That's the styles.
What did I mess up here?
Fonts.
Yeah, go to views, please.
Pages. Oh, here it is. All users compose dashboard.
Register.html, profile.html. Let me go to the server and see what happens.
Word wrap shortcut is Alt plus Z. Aha,
See,
thank you.
desktop Twitter URL sub line 23. Users views register password. What the fuck?
What's the error?
Invalid syntax. Exception in thread. I mean, like it's like a long error. Threading.py bootstrap inner self run.
Viewport until. Oh, you pretty much did that.
I mean, I'll take a screenshot of this and put it in Discord. See if you can like suss it out real quick. If not, just continue. Here. I'm putting it in where should I put this in? Programming? Resources?
Programming. It's fine.
Programming? All right. That's what I get now.
Did you leave out a comma before that tag? Because it's a list.
A comma before the on what? Oh, in the URLs. Let me see, maybe.
Like on line 22.
On line 22. Yep. The commas aren't there. Yeah. That's it. Okay. Save it. Refresh it.
The Django 3000.
Okay. Yeah. Now it's blank. All right. Perfect.
Cool. Raphael, are you agree?
Yeah, I'm a little lost, but I can.
What do you need help?
So right now I created a login profile register, and then I set up the URLs the way you have it there, path admin. Yeah. But I think the views, there's something with the views. It's saying test.1.views has no attribute home.
Did you change? Did you get rid of the home function?
I did. Should I not have?
No, that's fine. In the URLs, did you get rid of home? Did you change home to login?
As far as I can tell, yes. I changed user_views to login. Yes. Yeah. Let me save it again here. Okay, no, now I'm getting a different one. Okay, I think I see what it is.
What's your index HTML doing?
Can you go back to view URLs one more time? Ah, that's what I did. Oh, okay, no.
Okay, that's cool.
Can you go back to your the views? Because I didn't define the other stuff here. Just to see what. So it's. Register and profile.
It's just effective for those who are not logged in, those who are. Oh, if they're logged in general.
You can continue. I think I'll be okay. Go ahead.
You understand what's happening?
Yes.
Oh, so your home.
Okay, I'm good.
index
I'm
is
good.
basically
I got it working.
login page.
Okay, cool. So moving on. So yeah, now we have our URLs, our URL patterns set. So they route to our views, which we've created, the 3 that we're making. Now, what is left to do is populate the template files with the necessary HTML, which again has been provided by us. So what I'm going to do is you can open these files up however you want. I'm going to open up a new Visual Studio window. And then, let's see, do I have one open?
I use Notepad++
Yeah,
to make it quick.
Open up that folder with the files that we've shared. What's this? Here. Okay. And basically what we're going to do at this point is just copy the code from the template into, well, the HTML that we gave you into our project. So in the code that we gave you, the login screen is actually the index.html. So I'm just going to copy the whole thing and then paste it in our login.html. Excellent. And I'm going to do that with the other pages. So signup.html, which is right next to index in the folder that we gave you. I'm going to copy that code and then paste it into the register.html template in our project.
Cool.
And profile. So the profile.html, which is in the folder that we gave you, it's in the pages folder right here. So I'm going to copy that whole thing.
Okay. Login.
And in our project template, I paste it there.
Hey, Babu Frick.
Okay.
So let me see what that looks like when we run it. Yeah, so I guess at this point it should look like this.
Ah.
No getting that.
Well, my insert logo is giga huge, but yeah, pretty nice.
Yeah, yours is going to be more basic than what we have because you're supposed to be working on it on your own. Anyway, so we go to
Word wrap shortcuts. Alt Z.
not much shows up, but it works. Okay.
Yeah, it's working.
Okay, so one thing.
Oh, wait, Alt Z gives me my.
So in order to get that CSS to work, what we're going to need to do is create a folder at the top of our users app called static. And this is where all of the static files, like your CSS and JavaScript, are going to be stored. So I'm going to create a new folder here and call it static.
Inside user. Static X.
Mm-hmm. And in the static folder, I'm going to create another folder and call it CSS. This is where our CSS is going to be stored. From here, I'm going to create a new file and call it style.css. And in the folder that we gave you, there's a file sheets folder with the CSS file in there. I'm going to copy all that and then paste it in our project CSS file. Now this isn't going to work yet, but it's one step closer.
Woo. And profile styles. Oh, that's nice. I never thought about them.
Are we okay with this so far?
Sure. Yeah. So far so good.
Okay, cool.
I
I'm
had
with you, bro.
I had just one quick thing.
Yes.
The first page that you copy, which one was it that you copy into the login? Which one did you use?
Okay, that is going to be the index.ht.
Index. Okay,
Yes,
thank you.
that's the front page. So.
Bracket master.
So there's one thing. Well, actually, we'll get to that in a second. I wanted to bring up
You're like
something.
Jackie Chan's uncle, bro.
Okay, so there's one thing. Let's talk about this one thing. So if you notice in these pages, these templates, there's a lot of repeated code, right? You have the
Yes.
navigation, you have the title, this is just a lot of stuff that's the same. Now, it's not usually a good idea to have redundant stuff in your code. So we're gonna use the templating engine to kind of create a base structure for our pages that will be like inherited to our individual pages, if that makes sense. Because if you look at the code, the only thing that's different between the pages is mostly what's in the main section. So we can kind of reduce that redundancy in all the pages.
Rafael.
One thing though, I actually want to change something. Isha, there's a CSS here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah, I can put this in the style sheet, right? Got it.
No, no. Don't put that in the style sheet because then it's gonna apply it to all buttons. I don't know. Just erase it because I only did that before we were doing Django. So
Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna save that actually. Okay, I'm just gonna get rid of that. Okay, so like I said before, we want to kind of keep only like each page should have only what's necessary for that one page, and none of the stuff that's shared, none of the code that's shared between all the pages. So what we're going to do to accomplish that is create a new file, a new HTML file in our templates folder. And call it base.ht. Yeah. And what we're going to put in base.html is everything that is not unique to the individual pages. So we're going to put this stuff in here.
Everything that's
and then the end in base.html.
yes.
What?
Okay, so once that's done,
I'll be back.
did you, Our login is a little bit cleaner, I guess, right? Because it only contains the stuff that's necessary for this one page. We're also going to do the same thing. Well, we already have the base populated with the stuff that's shared. So for register.html, we're just going to get rid of this. It'll make more sense if it doesn't already. So we're just gonna leave that.
Wait, what am I getting rid of in the register?
Okay, so first thing, create the base.html page in your templates.
Templates users.
And what you're going to do is you're going to copy or cut or whatever all of the code that's shared between the pages. Well, between login.html and register.html. Does that make sense?
Everything that's shared.
Yeah, because there's a lot of.
people.
So let me show you. So we have from here the HTML tag to the nav, right?
Right.
And that's the same on the login screen. There was the login template. And then we have this end stuff right here, the closing body and the HTML tags.
Yeah, those two tags, those are kind of needed there, aren't they?
Well, they are, but what's going to happen is that we're going to inherit that stuff from our base.html.
Interesting.
Because it's best to have on your templates only the code that is necessary for that page, right? And everything else.
So all the way, so the entire, I'm sorry to cut you off, but the entire head is what you want me to take out all the way in the nav from
Like
both.
everything, just leave everything that's inside the main section. Yeah. Everything else.
Copy it into the base, obviously. Like,
No. This stays in register or wherever. Everything that's in main stays in that page, but you want to remove
no,
this.
but I'm saying like the stuff above it, the stuff I'm removing, I put it
Yeah.
in base.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to be inside the base. Does this make sense?
Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna automate these things, basically, right?
Yep.
So I'm removing them. I copied it over once only because I don't need to redo it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
so
what are we doing now?
So your base.html should look like this. It should be
pretty
HTML.
native.
Actually, let me put the this doc type here. That's, you don't need to, but it's best.
It's nice.
Yes, you should. Anyway, we're on board right now, everybody. So far.
So far, so good.
Okay, good. Okay, so our login should look like this, and our register should look like. Okay, let me undo that. Our register should look like this. So only the stuff that's in the main section should be present, including the main tags. Okay. So what I want you to do with the profile is actually copy the nav here. We're going to do something, because the navigation is clearly different for this. I want you to copy it, paste it in, let's see, paste it in the base.html for now. Make that look better. And then comment it out. So in Visual Studio, it's Command or Control / to block comment everything. Does that make sense so far? You good?
Profile nav.
We're gonna uncomment it later, but we're just not at the point where this is relevant yet. But this is
You don't look relevant yet. Okay.
anyway. Once that navigation is copied into the base.html, we're just gonna get rid of everything. Everything in the profile.html template that's not the main is gonna be deleted. We good so far? Diego, you okay?
He stepped away for a
Do we
second.
keep the HTML tags at the bottom of the
Wait.
of the other one that you change for login?
Oh,
Profile?
for
Hold on.
profile?
Oh, yes. So do you keep? You said we keep everything. Okay, right. Yeah, never mind. Just everything in the main. Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, all of our templates are only going to contain stuff that's in the main.
Okay.
I just wanted you to copy because there's one specific, like the navigation for profile was different here, and we're gonna come back to that eventually. So I wanted you to copy and then put that in the base page, and then
Oh,
copy
so wait,
that.
we deleted everything else though?
Yeah. So yeah,
Okay,
your
I'm sorry, I didn't
profile
catch
that
that part.
HTML should look like this.
Should only be main. Got you.
The reason
But
is that, like, when you're like on Twitter and you're not logged in, you can't post a tweet unless you're logged in. So that's why there's more like for the navigation for profile, because you're logged in.
yeah, let me just show you what the difference, the visual difference between those navigations real quick. I'm gonna open this. Right. So this is the login screen, and the navigation looks like this when you're not logged in, just like you just said, right? When you log in, however, the navigation changes,
Yeah.
right?
Right. I read that in the code actually in the comments that Misha had. That she has two
Yeah.
different
So
navigations, two different logins.
yeah. So we're gonna do something dynamic with that, the logged in navigation, which is why I wanted you to preserve it and paste it in the base.html, but we're not doing it now, so that's why I told you to comment it out.
Gotcha.
Are we all on board so far with this?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
cool. Okay, so just to make sure, in our login template, our register template, and our profile template, there's nothing but the stuff inside the main sections. That's where we're at. So, let's get this out. Okay, so it looks the same basically.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Yeah, slightly different, but it's the same. And the reason for that is we still can't use the style sheet. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is in our base.html, we are going to, you can put it here or outside of the doc type, but we're going to load this folder, essentially, in plain English. And how we do that is we use a code block, it's open and close curly brackets, and then the %signs. And the keyword here is load static. And this is going to give us access to the static folder and its contents. Okay. Also, right after the navigation here, we're actually going to create the location where each page kind of gets inserted. So we're going to create another code block. We're going to say keywords block, and then I'm going to name this content, because inside of here is where the content of each of these other pages are going to be inserted, I guess you could say. And at the end of a code block, you have to say end block. Okay. Do we have this? We good so far?
Is that where the main would go?
Yes. Inside of here is basically where the main's going to be injected, I guess you could say,
Oh,
for each page. So, moving on from that.
I just realized I was muted. So this code block is just like pulling requests, basically, right?
Kind of. It's more just like, this is just marking this area as like the thing that's gonna. Well, we'll kind of like with the login page, it'll be more clear. The login.html. Yeah. So outside of the main sections, what we're gonna do, and we're gonna do this for every template that we create. So I mean, from now on, we are going to use this keyword for another block. The keyword extends, right? This is where we're actually going to extend base.html. So it's extends, and then the quotes, the string, and this is going to be the path of the template that we're extending, which is users / base.html. Okay. So after that, so now we are able to use base.html in this page. After that, we're going to create a code block, as we've been doing. We're going to use the block keyword, and then we're going to name it content. Okay. We good with
You
this?
named it block content.
Yes, because this is going to be, if you look at the base.html, this is the same thing. Basically, this is in between here is where this login stuff is going to be injected. Kind of, sort of, same thing. Anyways, at the
Do we
end,
have to close this block also?
yes.
Let me shut up. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We'll use the name content. So it's end block content. And now we are extending base.html, which is to say that we're basically wrapping this stuff with the contents of base.html. Are we all okay with this?
We don't have to close extends?
No. Are we all good? Diego, Rafael?
Yes, I'm good.
Okay. So basically, at this point, it's just a cut and paste job. I'm just going to do this. Actually, you know what? Let's just write it out. We could just copy and paste that, but for practice, let's just write it out. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do in our register.html, use the extends keyword. And the path of the file that we're extending users. Yes. After this, we're going to wrap our main section. Code block. Content. So we're naming it.
Content.
At the end. End the block. Content. Save that page. And then on to the next one. Hopefully it makes sense what's happening.
Users/base.html. Oh, you put it in double quotes? I'm dumb.
Shouldn't matter. So,
Oh, it shouldn't matter? Really?
try both of these. I don't think it matters. Maybe it does, for sure.
Wow, the confidence level.
Hey, we're all learning.
That's fair.
Okay, so then at the end, we're going to end the block, same way as the other ones. And
Intruder profile. Register login profile. Okay.
let's see what happens. Should be pretty much done.
Oh.
Okay, one last thing before we actually start addressing the CSS part. What I want you to do is actually copy the assets folder in the project that we gave you, template project. I want you to copy the assets folder and put them in the static. Is that just everything? No, I can't do that. Yeah, find your project folder on the app. Static. And paste the, just copy over the assets folder. Like that. Are we good so far? Everybody?
Wait, I'm sorry. Say that again. I was distracted for a second.
Okay.
What'd you put in assets?
Okay, so in the template project thing that we gave you, there's an assets folder which contains images and fonts.
Yes.
Stuff. Just dump or just copy that into the static folder in our project, in the app of the project, at the same level as the CSS folder.
Oh, as the CSS folder.
Mm-hmm. So we're good. We have this going. Diego.
So, not as a child, but at the same level as CSS.
Yeah.
Done.
Okay. So, okay, Raphael, are you okay? You did it. Are you still here?
Yes, I'm still here. Continue, but I'm in the midst of doing that. Yes.
Okay. Jorge, you had a question?
Well, I just want to ask. I just got here like a couple minutes ago, but I see Diego posted some error to the programming channel. Has that been resolved, Diego? What was that resolved or?
I think that was resolved. Yeah, that was resolved.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's good. So anyway, moving on to this. Oh yeah, getting the CSS to work. So let's see. What we're gonna do to get the CSS to work is change this href tag in the base.html because Django doesn't really know what to do with this. And we already have the load static here, so we have access to the static files. How this is going to work is we are going to in here use the open and close curly brackets. We're going to use the static keyword. The href tag. Just do it. We're going to do a space, and then we're going to use the single quotes, and then type in the location of the styles.css, the CSS file. To be style.css. We're going to save it. And I think that is good. Okay.
Mine worked. I don't know why. I don't know why.
But why? But why? Oh yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Error in my template.
Misha, is your button not working well? Does it look like this? Yours works.
Oh yeah, that's because there's an A tag inside of the button tag. That's not supposed to be there when we implement. Like inside of the forms, there's like, cause like that was the only way to link them across the HTML pages.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Is everybody good though? I don't know.
I got a
What's that?
I got an error asking me if I forgot to register or load a tag, and it's the static.
Okay, so if you go to your base.html,
Base HTML.
do you have this up here?
Negative.
Okay, too bad.
I missed that. I will right now. And that's load static. Say left.
Oh.
Yeah.
Continue. Okay.
Do you agree, my friend?
I'm getting an error. Can I see your little oh, can I go back? Can you go back to your style your base thing here? What did you add? Let me see how you added it because I think I have. Okay,
We're gonna
I
use
think I see what I did wrong.
I ain't changing URLs.
1 second.
Dude,
Oh,
add base
okay, I see.
URL? Oh, wait, no, that doesn't make sense. What is it looking for? Oh, it's looking for a dashboard HTML file. I don't have that. So what would I change that to? Login would be login.
I'm getting an error. It says invalid block tag on line 9. Did you forget to register or load this tag? And it's the link to the style sheet with the static.
Well, if you look at line 2 on Bobby's code,
to-
that's where he loads static.
Yeah, you have to go to base. You have to go to the base HTML. So
Oh, okay. I see. Let me
Bobby.
see.
Yeah.
My next error is that in login HTML, right after you log in or after the button click, it tries to load a page or tries to load pages/dashboard.html. I don't have that file.
Okay, yeah,
Do I need to grab that file? I should grab that file, right?
In fact, I think there might be, if you look at the
Yeah, I
template,
found them.
there might be an
There's a
anchor
whole folder. It's called pages.
look for everybody.
I'm sorry.
Actually, Misha.
Wow.
Well, anyway, whoever can answer this question. If you look at the button, is the text wrapped in an anchor tag?
I'm sorry?
What?
Oh yeah, mine was. I had to take it out. So the reason why there's an anchor tag inside of a button was so that like before this was implemented in Django, using the anchor tag was the only way to like go between pages. But when you're actually implementing it, usually the button sends you to the next page after you filled out the form and all the server stuff happens. Right?
Yes. Yeah. So in these buttons, please remove the anchor tag. Just have inside the button the text. So I think there should be, yeah, so in register.html, just get rid of the stuff that surrounds the sign up text. And in login, do the same. Does that make sense for everybody?
Repeat it. I couldn't hear the last part.
Oh, I'm sorry. In the button, because there's like buttons for the login.html and register.
Okay.
Remove the anchor tag that surrounds the text.
Oh, okay. Is that why that issue with the login button?
Yeah.
Or that button? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's not going to be necessary.
Okay.
My assets aren't loading properly. I don't know if I did that correctly.
Did you put the assets on the same level as the CSS folder in your static? folder.
In the static folder. Okay.
In the static folder at the same level as your CSS folder.
I think they are out. Yeah. Okay. I see. Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm good.
Cool. And everything loads properly.
Yes. Yes. I don't. Mine doesn't look blue like that though on the back. Is there a
Okay,
reason?
yes. Yeah, there's a reason for that. It's because this is a project that
Cool
you're
enough.
going to customize.
Ah.
Our thing is Tweeter, but like yours is going to be whatever you want it to be.
I'm gonna make
So-
it a social media app for gamers who want to connect because their teammates suck.
Gamebook.
So they
Oh,
need
can I
to.
sign up?
What?
Can I
What'd
sign
you?
up?
What'd you say, Misha? What's it called?
Oh my god!
Gamebook.
The game book.
Gamegram. Gamegram. How about that?
Game face.
So it's like, hey guys, my teammates suck in Warzone. I need new friends to play with.
Go to Gamegram.
Go to GameGram.
Please fund me.
Please fund me.
Cool.
Mm.
Okay, I'm good to
Okay.
go.
So, what else can we do?
I'll carry team. What team, bro?
So let's look at the other pages, I guess. So if we take we reference the urls.py, we have the home page takes us to the login screen, login page, / register. Gets to this.
I'm so tired of this society we live in McDonald's.
So yeah, / register should take us to the register page. And this.
Description made for a degenerate user. Yep, I know. What the fuck?
Also, it's mobile friendly, responsive.
Oh yeah.
Wait.
Is the content the same for the template ones, Misha? Like the text they have?
Yeah, I think all the the text and stuff is the same. We're gonna do all that through Django.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I guess the last thing I want to talk about, or bring up, unless I remember something else that I forgot to talk about, is
Your forehead?
let's see.
Sorry.
So I want the name of the page to display up at the top of the tab. Right? So a simple way of doing would be in your views to pass in the value that's going to be the type. We're going to do that by creating a dictionary. And we're going to call it title. This is the login screen. So actually, let's, okay, login, that's fine. We're going to use this in our templates later. Actually, in our base package. So anyway, so we're going to copy this. We're going to pass the title in here in our register view and call this register. And then in our profile, we're going to do the same. Paste the dictionary. It's going to contain the key, title, and value. Well, in this case, it's going to be profile. Okay. So just to kind of re-explain or explain it. We're gonna use this value to change what it says up here in the tab, depending on what page we're at. So, okay.
Okay. Well, I get what you're doing with passing in a value for the title. Could I just see where title is declared in the template?
Well, it's gonna be in the title tag. Here.
Oh, okay. So even though it's not specified in any weird syntax between like curly braces, you could still address tags by passing values into the template as a dictionary.
No, we're gonna get to the stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, kind of did it out of order, but because I forgot about it.
My bad.
Yeah, it's fine. So yeah, we're gonna use a if-else statement or some kind of decision, and like what they said, we're gonna actually use the weird syntax, curly brackets, whatever, and we are going to say if title, just to say if title has something, we are going to, in our title tag, have, I guess, the name of the website, Twitter, do a hyphen, whatever, and then we're going to pass in the value of title. And this is going to be our else. Else. Let's copy this. And then it'll just be Twitter. And then with everything, with every main statement, you have to end if. So it'll be end. So yeah, basically the way this is working is we're passing in this value for title here into base template. And if there is something in title, then we're going to display tweeter the site hyphen whatever that value is. Else, it's just going to be tweeter. So if we reload the page, you see it's tweeter hyphen profile. Does that make sense? Are we good with this? Does anybody have any questions? So if we go home, it's going to be tweeter hyphen login. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense because it's the home page. I don't know if that's. I mean, it's going to be the main page. So.
Oh, I figured it out.
You got it, guys. Oh wait, let me see how yours shows for you.
Can you repeat that?
Oh yeah, it does say okay. It does say the Twitter dash login. Okay.
Yeah, so we get to Twitter. We log in. Let's go to the register page.
Login.
Now it says Twitter hyphen register. And we go to profile. It's
Okay.
Twitter hyphen profile. So yeah, just like to demonstrate that you can pass in values like this, and then have them displayed in the title tag. Are we good so far?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's cool. What else? We'll get to these links these broken links in a second, or
These
probably
broken links.
later tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Tuesday.
Mastrubando. Here.
Actually, you know what? If we go to the login page, I actually do want this link to go to the register page because that's what it's supposed to do. If you follow. So we're going to go to the login route or the login template, and where you see this href, we're going to change this. We're going to change that from this. We're going to close curly brackets, sign, and we're going to use the URL keyword. Now Django is going to know from this that whatever is in these quotes is going to be the view that we're going to go to. Django just knows this. So we're going to go. If we type in register in quotes with the URL keyword, that should work for us. Unless it doesn't. Okay.
I think you need the / at the end of register. Because in the URL patterns, it's register /.
Yes, maybe. Have you had the yours work?
Maybe.
Oh.
Try it out. Just try it out, man. Just put a / in there. Man. Do it. Go crazy.
No.
Okay, never mind.
I'm missing something.
What is this trying to find? Oh, okay. Maybe the / goes on the back side. No.
Well, where do you declare that register function or pattern?
Line 23. Oh, why does it think that this commented code is something?
In URLs, wouldn't it be?
Well, that's the URL. Yeah, that's the URL. Being doo-doo right now. Oh, snap. Okay, I did forget something. Thank you, Jorge. Okay, so I think I forgot something very critical. Crap. I'm an idiot. Anyway, so here we actually should be creating names for these URLs. How you do that is by typing a name. It should be fast, and it's going to be okay. So just do this with your URLs.
All of them?
We're going to give them names.
Mm.
I completely forgot about this.
Oh, so it knows what register is now.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's go back to this thing. And again, in the href, it's going to be the open close curly brackets, yada yada yada, URL, that keyword, and then the name of the URL. And let's refresh and see if that works. And it does. So yeah, so that's how that works. Okay, just like posted that as a solution in the.
Aha.
So yeah, thank you, Mark. So yeah, always name your routes or your URLs.
Mhm.
Okay. So does anybody else have any questions about anything? Any help? Is there
No, this is
anything?
pretty cool. I mean, unless you want to deep dive in some of this stuff.
What's that?
Unless you want to deep dive in some of the commands and like why we have to type it with curly brackets and stuff. Other than that, it's pretty.
It's just that's the template, or that's the syntax. It's just how you like. Yeah, it's just the syntax thing.
Okay.
If that's if we're all good, then